to show you how to go far.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Russell Wilson. He comes in second in the league in passing yards this season. It's the Broncos and the Ravens, and it comes your way next on Madden Football.
Some might say it's cold, others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you between the Denver Broncos and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaunt alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. They're squaring off against a very tough unit to throw against.
And this is not one of the better passing offenses in the league to begin with, Brandon. And to illustrate that point, they're down near the bottom of the power ranking, so the focus is going to need to be on possession-type throws. Whether they're trying to use their running backs or tight ends a little bit more, the big thing is to make sure the quarterback gets it out of his hands quickly to his receivers, and they hope to gain an advantage that way.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Ravens, and that means here comes Lamar Jackson, league's MVP and an All-Pro in 2019.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson buying time to his left. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And out across midfield down to the 45. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
Execution was one of their watchwords leading up to this one. And on that play, able to execute brilliantly here on this opening drive.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. The numbers for Bateman in that game a week ago. 3 catches, 76 yards, and a touchdown.
And that gives him 9 for the season. And I've been around the game long enough to know this. 10 is the benchmark number, right? People want to get to there because that really signifies that you've had the year that you've been looking for and also gives you respect around the league.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. This defense for the Broncos, they were very strong last week in the win over Carolina.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents out.
Jackson fighting his tight end Andrews for the Ravens' first down. Here's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. After the sack on first down, Jackson. Bateman's got it on the crossing route here. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 13-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's brought down. Another nice game 13 yards that time and another first down.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early first and goal.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, first and goal. Now it's Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do need to keep holding on to that attitude because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Time for our first look at the Denver offense. And, of course, the new face of the Broncos, 9-time Pro Bowler while in Seattle, Russell Wilson. So first and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 19-yard line. They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Past the 20 for a short gain, second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Wilson to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Gordon. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot. And they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now Wilson, and his throw is going to be incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Throw to the right here to Gordon. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. To throw is Wilson. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Davey Oweh in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep, James Prochet. Fielded at the 20. 35 yards that time on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7, or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, pass, pass. Finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, the ball never hits the ground there either.
A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. The Ravens at 4 and 7 now in the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid. That is definitely what we call a defensive uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How about it?
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them. They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point. It's now 14-0. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in prime time tonight. National audience gets a look at the Colts for a second straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's second and a yard from the 34. Here's the backup now, the former Badger, Melvin Gordon. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. They'll run it up the middle now. Gordon. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on third. Now Wilson. He's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
Nope.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. The try. A great pick, nice return, but you know he's just beating himself up inside for not getting all the way in.
No doubt about it, because he had visions of end zone in his mind. Going to be the
that is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Tucker with the extra point. It's now 21-0. Field position, 1 play later, boom, end zone. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So the Broncos coming out now. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover the Plague did on the last one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. 3rd and 2. Now Wilson. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson got his man complete over the middle. It's Sutton. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Forced out to his left. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. From the 30 on 2nd down, Wilson. He's got his 6'5 receiver. That's Tim Patrick. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
This defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting it once, you get first-half scores just like this one. That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
And he's going to go down. He sank back in the 24. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. 4th down, Wilson trots off, and on comes Brandon McManus for the Denver field goal. And this one, a 41-yard attempt. The kick by McManus is good, and the deficit drops now from 21 down to 18. So, Charles, they are on the board after that kick. So 3 drives, 3 points. Obviously not the start that you were hoping for, but they're able to erase that 0 off the scoreboard.
Yeah, I guess what you're saying is a point of drive is not what offenses are striving for by any stretch. They're happy they've got 3 now. They hope that that unlocks their offense for bigger points down the road.
The Ravens going to get one more drive here in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Jackson. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. Let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
He's going to take another shot here. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And this is going as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 22-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. Past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the third quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards the pickup, first down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he will find his man, Sutton. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
We're in Baltimore, third quarter action, 2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Washington. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive, 3rd and a yard. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play. Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Now Wilson running left on the option. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Call it a gain of 13 yards on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams, his 8th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. McManus's point after is good, and it makes the score 21-10. A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Javonte Williams touchdown. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
And you can say that again, they've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
That is caught. Rashad Bateman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A little over 20 yards there, and in 2 plays, they've now moved the ball over 60 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not.
And that'll be taken in by Andrews for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there. A beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Ravens are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Now Tucker to add the PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Drive there, just 4 plays. And it's Mark Andrews who finishes things off with the touchdown reception. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. This one fielded at the 5. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. Back now in Baltimore. It's the Broncos trailing, but they do have possession of the football as we begin quarter number 4. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. On the delayed handoff, this is Gordon. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
2nd and 5 now. Wilson steps away to his left, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Here's Wilson. Open man is Gordon, complete. And he will have a Broncos first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. From the shotgun, Wilson. This is caught inside the 15. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Bronco touchdown. Javonte Williams. His 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year. And the Broncos Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the fourth. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Dobbins. That's a room to run now. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give him 17 on that pickup. That is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the C's opened up for him. Edwards now on 1st and 10. Down right around the 25. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
On 2nd down, a run with Dobbins. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Now it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Tucker's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here is Wilson and the Broncos. Down by 2 touchdowns. A little under a minute 50 remaining. A crushing loss to their playoff chances on the horizon, barring a huge turnaround here. Starting with 1st and 10. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. On 2nd and 12, Wilson. Goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Wilson. And that's caught by Williams. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. Got to be careful here. They need to move quickly, but it's also 4th. It's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Nick Boyle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Ravens add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Tucker able to connect on the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns in 21. A nice tiny little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only 1 play to score it. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Denver's offense ready to go again. 2nd and 10. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Throw left side, taken in by Washington. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. And the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. He's going to let it fly. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. Coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Dobbins. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. 54 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Another run here with Dobbins. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Jackson on the give to Dobbins. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Baltimore, their very slim playoff hopes get a boost as they move to 5-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Denver, this loss cost them in the playoff chase as they fall back to 7-5 on the year. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas City Chiefs.